August. She was the polarity of my existence. August was a month that climbed me to the top of the hill and promised me the best view, to only appreciate the view for 10 seconds before the wind pushed me off. The wind then rolled me through trees of stinging nettles, but made me land in a lake where the water cleansed my cuts. The moon held me, though I just didn't feel it at the time. It's not me, it's the moon, I would say. She side-eyed every time. It was maybe me. Making this video, making the YouTubes before, made me realise how much fun I had, but at the same time how much I felt I loved and lost this month. I really lost, and normally that's fine, but I didn't want to lose this time. August pulled my shade of red with a mix of white to make the cutest pink, lens glasses off and smashed them on the ground with the shards of glass cutting me open, in all the other areas I had buried deep for so long. There's no burying this anymore, the breeze laughed at me. The summer wasn't even summer, and it's come to an end. Summer was my months with someone to grow, to hold, to heal, but not to love. We should have known the pain we would bring when every time we met in summer it rained. Maybe the earth could see the love and was crying for us too. In a different universe, maybe just not this one. She wept. I never unpacked my summer dresses. I never put away my winter coats. Flowy skirts were fine. I couldn't wear them in peace with the sun glazing on my fake tan legs because the wind was so strong she blew them up and made me feel embarrassed to walk through the streets with men gazing. I got suffocated countless times on the tube, absolutely in awe of how many people we were, standing there together like sardines. How many shoulder bags and heads are hitting me, or armpits I'm pushed under, yet when I look up and connect with someone's eyes, no one can smile. No one even acknowledges they've just yeeted you across the carriage into someone else's foot, and disgust is what they give. Word search isn't even saving me most of the time. Summer in London isn't nice bikinis and cute dresses, it's sweat-filled underarm shirts and too much to choose from, you do nothing at all. But this August, I've learned so much. I feel like if you want to lean into your creativity, you have to remove yourself from social media. August was the month that allowed me to do that. I think I fell so far off the point of my existence that I generally had to shut away from any outside or social noise, and doing that has made me lean into such creative pursuits, which has made me really happy. And I feel like with every loss there is so much gain in the freedom that you find within yourself. And I think in a situation I've been allowed to grow and flourish in areas where I know I would be so supported and cheerleading on, if that makes sense. So it feels like a really nice safe space to be able to do that. But I think having time away from social media, with social media there's so much that can be consumed, and you can only allow the brain not to be overwhelmed. You also allow yourself the space to let ideas come to you in the moments of stillness, which we don't really tend to have when we're scrolling. I also learned that moments with someone are sometimes all you have, and nothing lasts forever. You need to be so present in the now because it's all you have. I feel like I knew it was the last evening I was going to spend with someone, and I literally lost track of everything else that was on my mind, considering it's something that is so loud and so noisy 1,000% of the time, and I can never get it still. I knew that I needed to be still, and finally I felt peace. And I feel like you need to be so present in the moment, and we're not actually conscious most of the time, but this time I was conscious and I allowed just my own voice to exist, and I was fully present in where I was and what I was doing, and I could appreciate every single element and aspect of it for what it was. I also have learned that 2022 August, I was so present and aware of the seasons shifting beyond me, but now I'm growing up into adult life, which I suppose I've been in for the past couple of years, but I haven't felt like an adult yet. I can't notice the seasons changing around me anymore because I'm so caught up in the external existence of society and culture and the everyday mundane. But when I had more time and freedom, I could watch the leaves falling off the trees, or the leaves changing colour, or I could notice when the sun was setting earlier and what times these happened. It's crazy that now it just goes by in the blink of an eye. She's a poet and she didn't even know it. I've learnt that numbers and statistics literally don't matter, and before, maybe 3 years ago, I'd hyperfixate on the amount of likes or followers that I had, and it made me delete like my whole account that I'd grown for 6 years because I fixated on it so much and I performed for a social media narrative that wasn't me. And now I think I don't have any social media, obviously just for a month, but like with doing a podcast and like starting this YouTube, I realized how exciting it was to even have like 30 views. Like, that's incredible. Imagine 30 people in a room actually listening to exactly what you're saying. And I think that's why it's so healing creating a space for a podcast, because podcasting is so oversaturated. There's so many people out there, and I always say, like, I take the pressure off myself with it and be as vulnerable as I can be because it's my safe space. And if it finds you, I feel like it's a sign from the universe, and you can feel connected and you can feel nice and loved within it. But there's no pressure to be the best because I don't need to be the best. So yeah, I also think I've learned that when I was younger, I used to fall in love so deeply, or think that I would fall in love so deeply, and in reality I never was. I think now I've realized as I get older, I really take the time to get to know someone, and it's actually, I feel more intensely, and just because you feel intensely doesn't mean that you feel in love. And that's been such a massive thing that I've learned this autumn. Yeah. I think August has also been beautiful because I've had the best time to dance and go crazy with my friends, and I've really lent into actually going out and having so much fun again, which I feel like I really deprived myself from so long. And it's been really nice to dance in fields with divine feminine energy and feel so connected and just have fun and let loose and not think about anything, and let myself be stressed about if I've got too much sweat on my forehead and if I should now put my hair in a ponytail, because your girl, I think she has a sweat problem. Which also blows my mind, because how are people on a tube just not sweating? It actually confused me. Like, I actually will look at people like, huh? August has been probably my most intense emotional month, and I feel like the universe has really thrown everything at me and forced me to feel everything. And I think that that's a beautiful process, but I'm also really sad for how it made me feel, but I'm also very aware that that is a part of life, and I'm very grateful to myself for feeling it all. I've realised also this August that grief is like the weather, and some days it's sunny and you have the best time, and others it's so foggy and the rain is pouring and you're stuck outside without an umbrella, and other days it's literally a hurricane that you feel like you can't ever get through your life without them, but you wake up one day and you do. And yeah, I just think August, although you've been a lot, I've really loved how much I've connected back with myself in you, how much I've realised I've learned about myself and my being, and how much I've been silent enough to listen to my own wisdom, because at the end of the day, I do just need to return home to myself. And I'm so proud of all the things that I'm doing. It's like, oh, I could look back on August as like the most emotional, worst month I've probably had of the whole year, but also it's where all of my creativity has come from, and that's a really beautiful process that I know that I'll look back on next year in my birthday book and be like, oh my god, oh, I just got a message from a stranger I don't know. It says, your YouTube, it was so good and very wholesome. I love the bit where the sheep go now when you try to pet them. I actually love people. I love strangers. I think we all need to connect more. It's such a beautiful process. Obviously, because I haven't had any social media, there was like this group chat that I'm in that I was like, oh, I'm just gonna like hype myself up here, like hee hee, which has been so nice actually. It's so beautiful. But yeah, I feel like if August has been a lot for you, you're so seen, you're so heard. And I also just think take a second to realign yourself, and as the seasons are shifting, just realize you are too, and it's okay to grow and go through things. I think just be aware and be present in your whole being, because you really need yourself, and I wish I knew that more. Yeah, it's beautiful. Life is beautiful. And I actually am really excited for autumn. Autumn is like my favorite time. I love, like, your girlie, she has a sleep tea and she's in bed by 10. I don't like in the summer when it's still light out there. Do you know what I mean? Like, I really love autumn fashion. I love like boots and skirts and cozy jumpers. It's my favorite thing of the whole year. And I just feel like maybe when something so bad has happened, only good can come from it. And I do feel like I've really shedded and released a lot of things in this past month, and that's why it felt so painful and so heavy, but also and making room for what's good for me. And that's always a beautiful process. And I'd like to finish this by saying, wait, it was me the moon laughed, as she was in retrograde for half the month. So technically, it wasn't me, it was the moon. Okay, bye guys, love you. Hee hee.